Hello my friends, how are you today? I'm Andreas from Motorfanatics, and today is confusing. You know guys, normally we don't shoot our videos in chronological order. Most of the time it works out very well. Not this time. You will see in one shot Adrian is here, in the other shot he isn't. That's life, and life is full of problems. Speaking of problems, we have a slight humidity issue in the workshop. We can either have the correct level of humidity, around about 50%, or have it warm enough to prime. Unfortunately, we need kind of both for a good prime job. In this episode you will see us try our best, kind of succeed, and then kind of fail. So have fun watching us struggling. Next stage, after cleaning and degreasing, we are taping off all the nooks and crannies that should not have any paint on it. Adrian is bringing his arts degree to good use. I'm just kidding, he doesn't have a degree. We still have to find a way to tape around here without overspraying onto the ECUs. After careful consideration, how we're going to tape off the underside of the top of the trunk, we had a long and intriguing debate and decided to just put a trash bag on top and hope for the best. Here we go, guys! I've stuffed the trash bag as far in as I could. This should now, theoretically, protect the rear window from any overspray. This big gapping hole here won't be an issue because down here we still will have to tape off from the trunk side. First step is already done. We have sanded the trunk in the last episode. We now have cleaned and masked the trunk. Next step is priming, guys. A little bit nervous, ain't gonna lie. But first of all, let's take a look what we did now. Here we go, guys. We now have masked off the rear window, both of the rear fenders, a little bit of the rear itself, a few bits and pieces on the inside. We also professionally manufactured a little brace to keep our overspray guard, this little trash bag, a little bit higher, so we can let the paint run out right here on the top. That's the plan. Fingers crossed this plan might even work. Well guys, it looks like we ran into a few itsy bitsy little issues. It's raining inside the workshop, and that brings certain problems I'm going to show you now. There are a few water droplets on the chair, which is no big deal. Our boxes, again, no big deal. On the 3D printer, debatable. On the TV, even more debatable. On the photo video equipment, major bummer. And besides having a lot of wood that currently gets wet for no reason, we've got our video equipment, our tools, and of course our car with its soon-to-be paint job, and everything gets wet. I hope you guys can see it. I hope the camera can even record it. There's condensation everywhere, and not because we are heating up the area, because we are using a few small heaters, and the rising heat does jack shit to heat up the whole area. The first second we put our feet into the workshop, we got rained on. That's really a bummer, guys, because Adrian and I at first didn't know what was happening. He was like, it's raining. And I was, kidding me? We're inside. But he was right. Somehow it's raining inside, and it can't be solely of condensation because there was not much which could trigger that much condensation. Now we are stuck between a rock and a hard place because of course we want to finish our video painting the trunk, showing you guys what we're doing, going on with the Skyline rebuild, but on the other hand I don't want to have raindrops in my paint job because they're a bitch to sand out. Because of the current rainy situation, we are going to change plans and resume working on the trunklet because the sanding belts have arrived. Guys, while I'm preparing to film, here, look, right there. It's raining inside. You got to be kidding me. And I thought I was going crazy. I am going to take you with me now to better show you the crimes against humanity I call welding. Here we go, that's the first side. It does look marginally better now. You can see a few spots, a few pinholes I missed. Same goes for the other side. A few pinholes I've missed. And it's not all completely flat and even. That's why we probably will use some kind of special Bondo with a little flex to accommodate for a trunk being closed and opened a few times. Another day, another try. Today I'm a little bit earlier than Adrian because I want to try out why we suddenly had a rainforest in our shop. If it really was a leaking roof or if in fact it was condensation. I was told that these propane burners, while burning propane, split it into CO2, which I knew, and H2O, which I didn't know. That means the air gets more and more moist, and moisture of course will settle on the coolest surfaces, which was the roof, the sides, and then it starts to rain. Our small flamethrower is now running. Let's hope everything gets nice and warm but stays dry. So you can already switch it off. Not because it's warm, but because we have found the culprit. Let me show you. Switch on the photo lights. I hope you can see it. There are already small water droplets forming under the roof. So, unfortunately, no flamethrower for paint work, so we have to make do with the electronic heaters. Hope that works. To get anything going, I now put the two electronical heaters inside the trunk and covered it with a rack. Of course, that's not something you should do if you are of sane mind. And if you are not of sane mind and plan to do it, never ever leave it alone even for 1 second. Because I want to heat up the trunk, not the whole workshop in a blazing fire. Here we go, guys. Ta-da! There's a cornflake on my paint job. That should be enough. Going to take you guys with my small cam into the lion's den. You guys can probably or hopefully see it. There's some kind of orange peel effect. That's because it's obviously far too cold to spray, which is at the moment not that big of a deal because it's only the primer, and there will be a big sanding session after the primer has dried, because there are some dirt flakes we missed which found their way into the freshly sprayed primer. Another day, another try. It seems like this episode won't make it easy for us, guys. I'm again alone in the workshop. and I've brought something with me. This little thing can show me the temperature in the workshop, and my main reason for taking it with me and bringing it here was the second part of the display, which shows the humidity in percent. As you guys can see, at the moment we're at 53%, which is roundabout comfortable and would work, ignoring the temperatures in Celsius, for painting. Now I will start the electronical heaters and our little flamethrower and watch and take a look if so, how much the humidity level rises. Right now it is not raining, there's no snow outside, and I double checked, there are no water droplets anywhere on the roof or the walls. So there's no reason whatsoever right now why humidity should skyrocket or why rain should form in my small workshop. We'll update, the flamethrower is running, the main cam is running and gunning, and look at that. The humidity level is already up to 61%. I will leave the flamethrower running for now, just to find out where the critical point is. I've just shut off the flamethrower. That's the current state of the union. I will now have a look at it, if and how much the humidity in here decreases again since the flamethrower is off. So I now sanded the whole trunk area with 240 grit sanding paper to get rid of all the small bumps. You obviously can see that there is need for another layer of primer, but I won't spray the next layer right now, because against all my tries, it's still way too cold in here to successfully paint the trunk area. However, rust is far worse than a bad prime job. That's why I'm going to heat up the trunk lid and give it a little bit of the old primer. That was a bad idea. At least I did not touch the paint or the primer. If you are new to this channel, and even more so if you are one of our few subscribers, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If those in between you who are not subscribed really like this episode, consider subscribing to not miss any future videos, and we see each other next time.